So like there's Curse, that's raw, and then you have the rolling Tundra, which you don't really do much to it. I mean, sure you can Omni Slash him, but the thing is, I feel like Jug has a lot of counters already in the game with the raw and the Wyvern, Co-Embrace, and the Curse itself, you know. And against Troll, it's like he doesn't care if you Omni Slash him, he just needs to click his R.
They have no control. They have like no silences. This Troll, I feel like he's gonna pop off. Extreme Gaming, they have overall better team fight, I would say, with Rolling Thunder, with Winter Wyvern, Troll. They don't have that burst damage that he's gonna be afraid of. Sure, there's some kiting coming up from Shadow Demon, but he can survive long enough because of all these reset mechanics that they do have on Extreme.
Yeah, Jenkins, you said even before you saw the last pick of Tundra that Extreme Gaming had secured the team fight. Does the Jug alter that formula for you in any way, or it's still very straightforward?
I think that Extreme still has the team fight secured.
Yeah.
But Tundra now at least has like scaling options in the game. You know, like Juggernaut with Omni Slash, he will.
Well,
now, Extreme Gaming, they have a very strong safe lane. You have Troll against Lycan with the Winter Wyvern. You're not losing that lane.
Okay, at all. Anything else that you guys want to put out there before we get to know some more information from the coach?
I will say I think Jug's generally like an underrated hero. I was seeing it in pro-level pubs up until TI, so I feel like some players just have a read that it's a really good hero and people are not valuing it high enough.
Okay. And Winter?
I think Jug is gonna...
Wait, did we see what facet the Winter Wyvern went?
No, but I think Jug is not gonna do much this game, so I'm not gonna agree with Andrew here.
Okay, alrighty, we've heard it all that we can from our panel right now, but we're gonna get some more words from one of our coaches with Tsunami.
Thank you very much. Yes, I am joined by Xiaowei, coach of Extreme, and Helen will be helping me translate. It is the first game of TI 14 here on the main stage, and more than the game, I'm quite interested in your hair. Ame's got lavender hair, Xnova's got blonde hair, you've got red hair. What's the story behind this?
本次比赛主舞台第一场比赛，我们更关注的是你们的发色很有趣。阿妹的发色是淡蓝色的，然后Xnova 的是黄色的，你的是红色的，是有什么故事吗？
没有，我们3个就集合训练的时候不约而同发现大家都染头发。
There's no story, but after we arrived at the boot camp, we noticed that we have different hair colors.
Wow, the synergy on this team, even without communicating. And then in the days off, you guys qualified quick through the tournament. How'd you stay sharp after you went 4-0?
作为本次比赛首支晋级正赛的队伍，在休息日当中是怎么保持自己的状态的呢？
我们就晋级以后就稍微讨论了一下，然后每天都会保持训练，然后打路人，也没有干别的事情。
So after advancing to the main event, we continue with our scrims. We had discussions and played ranks. So that's what we did.
Well, hopefully the pubs have kept your things sharp going up against Tundra. Xiaowei, thank you very much. Good luck in game number 1. And let's send it to our casters, Trent and Lyrical.
Thank you so much, Tsunami. We are here. We are ready. Hamburg, are you excited for the first game of the International? Well, that's good because we're going to be here another 60 minutes, surely, if anything could go by from what we had earlier.
Do you think that's what Tundra have in mind here, though? They picked a Juggernaut into quite a bit of, debuff immunity stuns here, Lyric. I'm a little concerned.
You know, you're not wrong. And the panel was talking about it, sort of this team fight supremacy that you sort of have in this early goings for XG. And I was wondering if they maybe are even just thinking, we're going to Healing Ward try and, like, push high ground. And that's why they went for it, because there were those other more team fight oriented heroes they maybe could have gone for. Instead saying doubling down on the push potential.
Yeah, Winter was bringing up the Faceless Void. I thought that looked kind of solid too. Obviously there were issues no matter what hero you picked. This is a very well-rounded draft from XG. You've got this very defensive and annoying Winter Wyvern hero that we haven't seen too often, but you start to think about what happened at the road to the International and you're like, yeah, Wyvern kind of fits, you know?
Oh yeah.
We got some swarming units for potential with the Helm creeps. We've got this ability to just like try and defend these towers, slow things down, and also just really big team fights that have been very game deciding at the later parts of this game. And of course, Winter Wyvern, just like Disruptor, one of these supports that late game, you get a Blink Dagger, the fight could just be on you completely.
Yeah, and of course that's where BZM is going to be looking to make those big jumps in later on to find Xnova hanging out to the side. But at least out of this early going, we're just getting a solid laning stage, it looks like, for Tundra. You can see they're already putting a little bit of a hamper here onto Ame's Troll Warlord, a hero that I absolutely despise, but it does actually seem like it's pretty good in this game.
Yeah, it's got some issues, but you know, it's pretty much just the Shadow Demon, right? This idea of just trying to disrupt who you're attempting to target during your ultimate, also just being disrupted yourself, perhaps. So some nuisances, but overall, it's obviously been a very successful hero here so far. You saw it's already 8-0 along the road of this tournament. So seeing if Ame can keep it lossless thus far.
And already they're doing some pretty good spam out here. Interesting to see XXS go for the early boars, considering the counter that we've seen them take in Toby's Warlock, but still opting to play more around that, of course, boar, and then eventually Helm of the Overlord build.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard to get like tons of value out of the Fatal Bonds versus his boars right now. And of course, the ability to just stack constantly. You know, we've seen these Beastmaster players just very early getting multiple stacks off, and that has been a key to a lot of the success that we've seen from XG so far. So I can appreciate still using that. And his lane partner here, XinQ, on this Tiny. I feel like this is a very contested hero between these two teams. I was thinking that they were maybe going to be grabbing it for Soxa, perhaps moving Toby over to the Shadow Demon if they could, but then just instantly snapped up there by XG. And I have a feeling it's not the last time we'll see this hero in this series.
Well, after the early stages here of this lane, you can see across the board Tundra just getting a little bit of the better of it, and Ame might get a 4th stack here of the poison. Do they want to stick around for a 5th? If Soxa hit this would be huge. Instead goes over to Xnova, stacks him up again, gets it on the boat. Oh man, Ame very low there.
Yeah, some big value happening here. Has to be past a Tango, and does have a South coming on the Courier. Chrysalis now spinning away up top here onto XinQ.
Turns, realizes this is not going to work. Toby low. Oh, gets the root, a few more hits, but Toby, he manages to survive.
All right, big ward value there.
He just last hit a bird that was going. I have not seen that before on a jug. That was pretty cool.
You know, this is the this is what Warlock usually does. You know, you pick Warlock so you can pick your Spectres or your, you know, some other hero that needs a little bit of help in the lane, right? And they just get healed over and over. Chrysalis picks Jug, saves the Warlock under tower.
Yeah,
you know?
Not what you expect all the time, but still very good stuff. 29 and 13 for Chrysalis. Still only 13 last hits on XXS. They are really taking it to him here.
As XinQ kind of struggling to assist, right? He's at half HP, so even if he goes for a play, if he messes up, he's just going to get spun down to death until he has boots.
Well, usually we think about last picks in the context of, you know, being this hero that's going to be a great team fighter later or cause this like huge problem. Maybe this problem is just trying to completely dominate the lane and then snowball from there. Shut down XXS's timing, because it's going to be a while before he gets that Dominator.
And while all this action is happening in the side lanes, very quietly, we have a pretty big lead growing here for BZM. That's why they call him the best zoomer mid, you see.
Oh my god.
Because he's crushing it right now. Look at him, he's top of the board. Where's this Pango? You know, XM's leading for his own team, but he's under all 3 cores for Tundra.
That's true. No, they're having a good time of it so far. Obviously can turn in a moment if things get a little bit too spicy and some early hits thrown out. But 6-minute mark coming up. First rune, obviously a really important time for a Storm Spirit. And they're getting set up. Should be able to secure the top one. Tiny's there too. And it's going to be an invis gotten by XM. Never mind.
Radiant's middle tower.
All right, back he goes.
But if there's a rune you're going to miss as a Storm invis, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's, you know, we'll take it here. Of course, that is going to be a major focus, as it always is, for any sort of a spirit mid.
So as we get close to the 7-minute mark, we'll see if anybody decides to make the movement over for Wisdom. It does appear like Shadow Demon is going over to try and sneak one, or maybe go for a kill here on the XXS. He's just a little bit... Oh, and Pango rotating also.
Yeah. They really need this play right now.
The invis, they see one, don't spot XM though, and now Rolly back and forth, finds 2. Chrysalis decides that he cannot make that move forward onto the Beastmaster, so they shut down any extra action coming their way, and it looks like it is just going to be a trade-off of wisdoms.
Yeah, that's a lot of time spent here from the mid, unfortunately. Big effort. And, you know, I'm looking at XXS. He's lowest of the cores, and he doesn't have anything to fall back on right now.
Yeah.
There are no stacks made for him at this moment. And even if there were some, like, they're obviously getting very aggressive right now. As you can see, Tundra, BZM's coming in here, he's like, where are the stacks, man? Like, I'm trying to steal a double or a triple here, and there's just nothing for me to grab.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, they already put some good pressure on after the big rotations over to this side of the map. XG are able to keep their tier 1 tower alive, but you can see kind of the idea that Tundra's going for here. They want to shut this down before XG really come online. 33.
It's kind of there's this idea of trying to shut down Ame, right? And make sure, because Ame has been the game winner and a lot of these drafts that they've gone for. He is the big condition to get the W at the end of it. But we're not seeing that pressure on him, right? They've kind of just left the lane because they're worried about potential kills. Instead, they're putting all this focus on XXS to try and just slow down any sort of an engine that's going to give that time to Ame. Rather than focusing him, shutting him down, get rid of the playmakers themselves in this XXS Beastmaster.
And then naturally, he's going to lose the rest of his map as things go on. That makes a lot of sense. Well, 8 minutes, another rune taken away from the Storm. That one was a shield rune. So should have a decent chance of getting a kill rune after the fact. Toby takes over at mid and wants to... Obviously, won't be getting that many more points in his Grimoire since it is still 0-0 at 8.5 minutes.
Ah, yes. To be expected, it would seem.
Yeah.
I mean, that has been the narrative, right? There's this idea of, like, XG are crushing the late game. They're doing so well whenever they go late. They're playing for the late all the time. Can Tundra come in and just punch him in the face, get rid of that plan, attack them super quickly? You see this immediate 3-3 Lycan, and you're thinking, oh, yeah, here we go. So far, we're not there, but it's all coming together, you know?
That's right. X-Nova still hanging out. Soxa spots him, and that should turn into an eventual kill as the banishment is there. Does have a TP away. Any way to break that? Yes. Soxa gonna draw first blood.
Oh, I see some red flashing in the crowd here. Everyone immediately checking for their Crimson Witnesses.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of flashing in the crowd, it's National Alert Day here in Germany, Lyrical.
That's right. So in a couple of minutes, there might be a loud sound. Do not be alarmed. It's only an alert. You don't need to run away. It's going to be fine.
It's got like 2 minutes until that's going to go off. So
maybe there will be a hype fight happening at the same time.
Yeah, so check your phones. It might go a little wild. Just so you know. Thanks. Shout out to everyone warning us about that in the community.
That was good. So 1 kill so far as we get towards that 10-minute mark. And at least for now, no big rotations after that one that went up top. Could look for another rune here. BZM is going to go down bottom. Pango almost done with the Diffusal Blade, and that is a haste rune bottled up for BZM. That's what you want to see if you're a Tundra fan.
Ooh, but he goes right into a ward here, so obviously going to be spotted. Plants a very sneaky one there. BZM helping out the fantasy gamers there as he plants a ward.
Chrysalis gonna come and contest these immovable objects.
Is that what we're calling the Helm Creeps?
Yeah, I think so at this point. As 33 sent one through also. So Helm on Helm action.
It's what everyone here came for, you know?
The heroes are so yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
We're also almost about halfway to a Battle Fury done for Ame on the Troll Warlord, if he can get to a good timing. And likewise, Chrysalis trying to make his way there too.
Yeah, at the top of the board right now. Chrysalis, you know, a lot of his signature heroes were still in this pool. I didn't know what we were going to get. A late ban on the Bloodseeker, but to go for the Jug, you know, this is New Age Chrysalis. He didn't force a Razor, because like, it's tempting in some ways, but also has some disastrous counters there. But that hasn't stopped him in the past, you know? He's usually very willing to force his very specific heroes, but wants this Jug this time.
An interesting moment there. And now, as we are scooting forward, it looks like they're still just trying to get Toby level 6. I mean, they cut down one of the towers on bottom. I kind of feel like there might be a moment where they could go for another push towards mid potentially. We'll see.
They could indeed, my friend. They could indeed.
Trent's just happy that he got a Crimson.
What?
Unbelievable.
What? No, I'm not.
BZM takes Ame down.
I thought it was the alert happening and it was the Crimson. That's not my fault. I was trying to be a good member of production.
That's right. BZM working his way down it.
There, I hear them ringing out now, actually, across the arena. That's a lovely sound.
Yeah, it's nice.
There we go. Hopefully not in the booths as well. Thank you, everyone, for dealing with that.
Is this real that he's going for the Holy Locket on Storm Spirit?
Dire are scanning.
Well, all right, we're juicing it up here. That's a lot of energy, you know?
That's crazy. What an interesting decision.
With a Soul Ring as well.
Yeah.
Just fully committed.
You know what? If nobody's casting spells, you need to make your own charges.
That's right.
So Holy Locket Storm, let's go. Could also be like some pretty cool, like, you know, late game saves.
So this has been attempted before.
Okay.
But the problem is you don't do anything.
Right.
Right? That is the issue. It's because, like, you're not going Orchid. So it's not some like super aggressive build. You're not going Witchblade to boost your damage. It's kind of like it helps in fights, but it also sort of helps passively, right? It's good attributes. You're just farming it up a little bit. I'm curious to see how it fits. Maybe it's because he wants to be like this heavy initiating role. And so he wants to make sure he has lots of zips to go in, to get back out, and open up these fights for 3-3 to dominate. I think that's the plan here.
Dude, a Cold Embrace. I mean, this is what you basically have to do, though, I think, because it's going to be too tough otherwise. So you've got the Cold Embrace ability to keep these towers alive, and they are desperately going to need it, because I think Tundra is just going to start grouping now.
Yeah, it looks like they're indeed hitting their timing. There certainly has been an impressive recovery here from XXS, I do have to say. With the help of these Helm creeps, he is back right now, so he does have some capabilities as they move in for this fight, but he's going for that Ags next.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of sunk gold right now that's just giving him some stats, but until he gets that Ag in him, he hasn't really upgraded that much.
Oh, and the potential here, they're smoked up.
Is it our first big fight of the International Lyrical?
To contest, they roll it up, trying to find an opening. XM.
Oh, he didn't get it,
actually. They do have the winner's curse if they need it. If they step too far forward on Tundra, they're going to be in trouble. Cold Embrace onto XinQ, keeping him alive for only a moment.
Oh, he's going in.
Still hanging on to this. The winner's curse is ready, but the roll through on XM. They did manage to kill the Tiny, but they won't get anybody else.
Look at X-Nova. He's just getting zoned back.
Yeah.
Like, the Dragon was on him. The Lycan creeps are there. He's trying to get in there to create a good fight opportunity by baiting in XinQ, but he can't get the finish.
Yeah.
Because, how can you get in there as this Dragon?
Sorry,
Wyvern.
Smoke.
Wyvern.
There you go.
My
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, but there's particulars out there.
That's a crazy one. I mean, yeah, and like going for these arcane boots first, you obviously understand you want that, but like some extra mobility, this is the thing that this hero struggles with a lot in this game. But another tier 1 tower taken. That's 3 of them down, and still stacks are being built.
Yeah, this is, of course, the specialty of Shadow Demon. Very easy to do multiple camp stacks. And he's even going to get back to his own wisdom here. So, very happy Soxa right now.
You can see top net worth still being held by the Jug. And oh my God, not a camp stack.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been watching across. It's like, it doesn't exist.
Wow. I mean, I guess if they know they're going to be giving up a lot of the map early, stacking camps just like makes that eventual steal worse.
I actually think they would have lost their stacked camps.
Yeah.
Had they stacked near their ancients, I do think BZM would have just simply stolen them.
Interesting. I mean, I guess with the Jug pick, they kind of knew it was coming. It was going to be this early pushing, and so they're like, we're just going to give up the areas where we need to, make sure that they fight for the runes, though. Ame getting jumped on now. Do they have enough to bring down the Troll? Zipping in, chasing for more. X-Nova nearby. Does still have that Cold Embrace waiting. Turns, pops the ulti.
He's got to pop it, he thinks.
Yeah. And now he's not free from this. It's still not completely safe for Ame, and he drops.
Oh, that hurts.
Wow.
That's a really painful death because he's into a dangerous road coming up here soon. We have an Orchid being built by 3-3. He wants to create this opportunity where they can target the Troll, throw the Orchid on him, and then he has no choice. Like, right? He has to build into this Manta to escape from that, to have the opportunity to go into his ultimate while being targeted by a Storm and a Juggernaut.
The late game team fight from XG is very good, but I'm starting to have some doubts on if they're going to be able to get there. There are those other couple of big items that are coming up, for instance, the Beastmaster and the Pango in terms of these Aghanim Scepters, but that Orchid, it creates some problems for Troll that nobody else can really solve.
Yeah,
he's got to do it himself.
And BZM's about to have his Witchblade, so he's gotten his little Holy Locket to help him out here, but he's going to have a little bit of damage to help out here. So they can actually go for these finishes. And then it's time to just start making moves with the Golem. I'm sure that will be the plan here from Tundra and XG. It's kind of a matter of like, how much can you get before this pressure comes in? There is a very important item coming. We're going to have the Aghanim Scepter done here for XXS. So now, he is now a hero. He's garnered something else to assist. But, you know, a lot of the value of the Aghanims outside of taking objectives comes down to how the fight plays out as BZM jumps in Q.
They go, try and blow him up. He's already used his Avalanche, and Zinq, is he going to pop to that? Cold Embrace comes in. Meanwhile, they just dropped a Golem onto XXS. He turns and starts beating it down. The Golem being used actually makes this scary for Tundra.
Yeah, I think what happened is he was worried about BZM, because BZM was kind of getting wrapped on a little bit.
Oh no, Ame. Forced to pop it again. He's fully trapped in by the Lycan here. Nowhere left to go.
When the dog walks you.
Oh no, Ame in trouble. And in spite of the butterfly, it's going to be a second death for Ame.
And although he's dying, this is what you get with the eggs.
They scan it though. They know immediately, but no Golem.
No Golem, no ability to get here. I mean, BZM, he has no TP, he has no mana anyway. He does have a great healing Lotus, but you know, it is slow.
They're zipping. They're thinking about it. Tundra starting to run down the river. They're going to get there, I think, just a little bit too late. XXS gets the Aegis. Chrysalis going to drop the Omni and it goes over to the bars.
That was crazy.
Unreal. Do they find him? Can they kill him? XXS still surviving. XXS jumps in. He finds Toby. Oh, how is this working? Now they get that Cold Embrace. The Winter's Curse on top of Roar. Oh, you hate to see it, but he might be in trouble. Disruption save. Stocks is right there. Do they have enough to catch and kill onto Chrysalis? Looking now, finding, yes! XG win a fight they should not have won. And they managed to put it together. And he still has the Aegis.
You know, this, I feel like this fits what's been happening at the Road to the International. It was a risk, and it feels like taking risks almost never works out right now.
It was a risk for Tundra to go in and fight that. Exactly.
Like, I think throwing out that Omni Slash was just so dangerous.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, it's the vision issue, right? He doesn't know. He can't see that those creeps are still in there, so he's just like, he thought he had something there. But I'm sure versus the Beastmaster anyway, he kind of assumed that that wasn't going to be it. He was thinking like, oh, I'll get the spin down, but he doesn't want to chase XXS there. He gets pulled back, and even though some of the spells didn't quite sync up the way you'd hoped, it still went pretty well for XG.
Unbelievable.
He was close to having spin here too, but I mean, he's just surrounded at this point. Ame's coming back up, and this game evened out, if not in the favor of XG at this point, because that really does put a damper on this ability to keep on pushing for Tundra.
It's bought time. That's the most important part of it, for sure. That was the Aegis that I think you're supposed to get from Tundra and, you know, start walking down tier 2 towers.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'm not sure what the game plan is.
I mean, that is definitely a wipe all 3 tier 2 towers Aegis. I think without a doubt, they're all gone if you get that. So now they are able to just regroup, focus up, grab the Tormentor. So that'll go over to Toby. At the same time, Zinq did finish his Blink Dagger on this Tiny, which obviously opens up a whole new avenue in how to defend these objectives and take these team fights.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wow. Next up for XXS is going to be a Lotus, which can make a really big difference when playing against a Juggernaut, as well as several of these other heroes. But looking to the 21-minute Wisdom, and I think that XG are going to try and sneak away the Dyers. Radiant scanning right now, seeing that they're not over by theirs, at least for the moment.
They do love to give these to Ame.
No, yeah, they're backing out. So they're not going to go and try and contest.
Yeah,
they saw that nobody was at theirs.
Yeah, they were hoping to just give Ame theirs and focus in there, but not able to get there in time. So that's going to go to Soxa again, as he hits level 12, gets the second point in this Demonic Purge.
And you think about like all of that stuff and what could have gone differently, but they get the Aegis kill just in time, and now 33 going to have to summon a new creep for himself. It's the Marsh Mage. Kind of a weird one. Love the Croaker more personally because it does that.
Yeah, but this guy looks cool. Look at that staff.
That's true.
Yeah, he's kind of swag.
He's pretty awesome.
I think we should get that as a cosmetic in some of the heroes.
As like, you know, like Tide skin or something?
Oh, no, I was thinking like you get this just the staff. Like you killed him and took his staff, you know? So this, there was a plumber on the panel. I don't know if you guys saw that. He mentioned that XG tend to draft many ways to get into fights, which I thought was very good because that is something they have consistently done. That's why they win these fights, because it's not super formulaic. They play it, you know, more like this idea of there's so many ways to get in the engagements every single time that it's very difficult to predict how the fight's going to break down. You look at Tundra, how does a fight start? Storm zips. Like, is there really anything else? Like, either they're hitting a tower and that starts the fight, but if they want to get aggressive, it's a storm zip every single time, right? You're not just going to like an ult and run at someone very often for a good 5v5 situation. You look at XG, we got a Blink Dagger on a Tiny, we got a Beastmaster who can like frontline into a Roar, we got Pango roll, and then we're going to have this mobility and longer cast range eventually on the X-Nova here too. So it's much harder to predict how the engagements are going to go on the side of Tundra. They have to try and like figure out what XG are doing. And XG can just sort of position, always thinking like, where's the storm zip?
And then play around that continuously, absolutely. A smoke up now is they're going to try and bait out Ame for a moment as they get ready to walk uphill. XXS sees the Watcher, does not see the Storm, which is lurking nearby. The rest of the team also wrapping around. They just also finished a Blink Dagger, weirdly enough, on the Lycan. So he's got another way to get immediately into the fight with this Blink Orchid.
All right, I like this. This brings me back. This is some TC Dota, you know? This is some old school. It's like buying the Blink on the hero that you don't really expect it, and then you're like, yeah, this kind of makes sense, you know, because it synergizes with whatever item you bought, or just the way that you need to win a fight in this case.
I think the one thing that's scary about it, though, is that it's also like kind of doubling down on an idea that's already been answered. With the exception of XM, because
has a Manta.
Troll has a Manta, Beastmaster finished a Lotus, and now Pango, I mean, he doesn't have a way to deal with it yet. So that's something to watch for. You could also potentially see maybe a jump line, a jump at the back line of X-Nova, and that could be a really good answer. If he's able to spot out that Wyvern, then you could jump him with the Lycan.
Yeah. Yeah, this Lotus could be really nice too, especially if Storm zips in without BK being first.
Oh,
you know, suddenly you're just yeeted.
That's true. But you can see Tundra, they are not comfortable with trying to make any big moves at this point. And actually, Chrysalis is starting to get a bit more farmed. I believe that's the full butterfly, or close to it at least, coming on out. No, still waiting for the talisman. Okay.
Yeah, he's shifting around that inventory a little bit. But XXS getting a little aggressive here. Almost runs into Toby, but Toby walks it off.
And not willing to commit much. And I mean, this is, again, all into the favor of XG right now. I'm at least feeling like them going into the later stages will start to feel better, but Tundra have a couple scary windows when they can keep this push going, particularly if they manage to get the next Roche.
Yeah, and you heard the panel talking about like scaling supports. That Shadow Demon, great. You know, heading into the late game, you're always gonna have this opportunity to just ruin the way that they want to go into a fight. As we do start one here.
Jump in, Xingqiu, avalanche toss. They drop the golem. Connection, XM, roll through onto 3. It's pretty good, and Chrysalis tries to spin it off, and now realizing that's not gonna work so well. They are all grouped together. 5 heroes of Tundra.
Where's X-Nova? He just, you know, kind of scary.
They just don't have a great way to make this function. Again, that's the jump in from BZM, but what's the follow-up? Now immediately trying to drop huge amounts of damage out, but he gets the ulti disruption. Saksa, key play, need to find more. Can they get it? Ame is low, Ame is dead. Tundra, they've outlasted so far with that healing ward. And
do you want to chase into Curse though? XFS stands.
Needs to be careful. There it is, the Winner's Curse connection onto 33. Do they have enough damage to kill him off? Not quite, but he does fall. Omni Slash onto the Beastmaster and then hits over to the side. XM trying to play cleanup. Gets down Saksa. Maybe a chance here for him to bring down the rest of these heroes. He needs a few more hits. BZM, he gets the triple though. And then the turn finds the double on Chrysalis. Too much sustain.
Oh, focusing down, getting Ame at the beginning there. They lose it on so much of their damage on the side of XG. And they just hold out. They don't allow too good of a curse. You know, it was good targeting the fact that they're able to get down 3-3, but after that, Soxa, he does go down, unable to save his ally, but then there's that cleanup from BZM. That's going to put him up to 12 galvanized charges now.
Oh, man.
As they're going to get some revenge here and grab a Roche for themselves.
I mean, this was nuts. How many heals did Toby throw out?
Look how close Ame is when he pops his ulti here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was crazy. Then the silence comes.
Yes.
Like, that was wild.
And we are seeing the problem of the XG draft right now. Not a great way for them to find those backline supports. They're just free casting.
It's also, we're talking about like these abilities they have in these big team fights, but they're not synchronizing, right? Like the Pango roll happens, it ends, then Tundra start their fight. And also, you know, a full Omni Slash coming out was pretty huge too.
Oh yeah. Full on all of those heroes, and you can see here the cleanup.
I like Toby.
Yeah.
Just standing here throwing in his right clicks.
Every little bit helps.
A 7K lead now here for Tundra. Of course, we have seen that gold leads mean pretty much nothing this tournament. Plenty of comebacks have happened. But it's more than just gold. You know, they have this Aegis. They have this ability to push waves pretty safely. They're going to start trying to contain XG. And now try and march down these tier 2 towers that they were hoping to get a little bit earlier in this game, I imagine.
I gotta say, Ame is just exploding in a couple of these fights, though. He's gotta get some more stuff going for himself.
It's coming. The BKB is only 100 gold away.
And a disruption into push is what it looks like we're going to be seeing. Soxa sends out the illusions. And in the meantime, the goal for XG is what it's continued to be. Farm, farm, farm. Find a pick when you can. As MKB is going to be the next bet for Ame. And another Blink Dagger, this time for the Jug.
I like this. This is just another way to sort of give these ideas of how to start fights to heroes that traditionally don't build a way to do it, right?
Right.
Better ways to try and outplay and make sure that you're not just like super one-dimensional for your opponents.
Ame might show for a second here on this wave, but is very far back, recognizing the danger that could be coming his way. Well, is he? Do they know? Okay, he sees the poison, and Soxa gets the banish. He went back over. Okay, no, they're not close enough, though, that it's going to matter.
Tumblr's toy is crazy.
Yeah. Jump in. They see that Ame's not there, and now they feel like they can go. An immediate catch and kill on XM.
That lack of Dispel. Just deadly still for that Pangolier as X-Nova and ZenQ both going to TP out.
Manages to escape. Hide and seek. That's the game that XG are playing.
Toby lurking nearby Ame here. Ame, of course, no chance at an MKB as he didn't finish that BKB. So in the 1v1 versus Crystallis, he's going to have a bit of a rough time right now. But Toby decides there is no play here. He's going to let Ame go.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Now
close to kill his courier.
Close to a blink as well here on Soxa. That's going to be another massive change in these engagements. And X-Nova seeing the struggle in this game. I mean, 4,800 net worth now. That Blink Dagger, he knows it's not really coming very easily, so he's gone for the Pavise instead.
More ways to try and keep his team alive as a smoke up with 3. 33 joins the rest of the fray. Manta to back away. And so that initiation, when it doesn't work, ends up getting away freely on XG.
Yeah, it's going to push them back, though, while they grab Tormentor, so.
You know, I gotta say, I felt like we were going to be getting more out of this Aegis this time around, but not any of the tier 2 towers have fallen yet for XG.
Yeah, I guess it kind of comes back to something we were talking about before we went live, this idea of just like taking risks.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those situations where even going to a tier 2 is a bit of a risk right now because you're playing versus this Wyvern versus this Pango. Why bother? Why not just farm up the entire map right now, get an even bigger lead, get even more defensive items on our heroes before we commit to anything too large? Now, if the fight occurs, if there's some sort of a pick-off they can go for, I'm sure they'll opt for it. As, I mean, they can even see now the push up top has caused, like there's so much vision up top, they've seen that, like, oh, okay, we're safe down here. You know, we can go for this tower.
Radiant's
Well,
bottom
we'll
tower
instead
is
start
under
to move
attack.
towards the mid lane a little bit. BZM, again, threatens with the jump. XM is nearby,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
and
Radiant's
they call
bottom
off
tower
any
has
extra
fallen.
hits that way. But they pressure, take that bottom tier 2 tower. Juggernaut shoves out the wave the entire way through and is getting
Radiant's
close to a
bottom
Swift
tower
Blink
is
now.
under attack.
After AC completed on Lycan. Man, they're getting some big items.
Now, Ame's illusions aren't enough to stop this mid wave with the help of the Lycan Wolf. As Xnova now, he's going to be that pick off.
Yeah. Should be a pretty easy bring down. So they find and kill the Wyvern.
BZM wants a little bit more here as he gets the regen.
Aegis expiring, jumping. And we'll find a creep. Extra 100 gold in the bank. No problem.
Nice. Toby gets the wolf. Let's go.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
look at
attack.
this. Chrysalis just, with the help of the dragon, taking that tower down as his allies, moving towards the Ancient to grab this outpost.
Yeah, bullying movement. That's what you want to see. And the areas where you can farm right now on XG are few and far between. I do like this eventual Shiva's pick that they're getting on Beastmaster. It feels like with all the heals, that was a big part of that sustained live that happened for Tundra last time around.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of value into this game for sure. XinQ going for these high skill items as well, grabbing himself a Yules, so trying to interrupt some of these plays. You know, you have these blinks coming in from heroes. You just immediately get a Yules on them. I'm not memeing. Yules is a high skill item.
No, I'm with you. I was I was
okay.
laughing because I looked and I saw there's 3 greedy enchantments on all of the supports that could get it.
You
so.
love the greedy.
Oh, the greedy is good, man.
You're checking it every game.
Well, you know, you got this Blink Dagger queued up for Xnova. That's how you get there eventually.
We
Toby,
don't have-
the only one without it.
We don't have any dormant curios left. That's always my go-to. I love those. So, if you're XG right now, are we contesting the Roche or are we going to wait for high ground?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of feel like you can like lightly contest, but that's how they got into that terrible fight last time.
Yeah, but
and
the
lost
first one
5.
was really good.
That's true.
You
that
know,
one
they're
was awesome.
50-50 on Roche fights this game.
That's true. And one of them came right afterwards. Didn't even lose the Aegis.
I would say with how XG have played so far this tournament, I would imagine them to try and push out these waves, try and get some vision down, and contest the Roche.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
EZM leading the charge again.
Over here.
And zips on forward, finds Xnova. Ame right there, gets the root, pops the ulti. BZM forced to pop his BKB. And then get out of here. Wait, jumps back in. TP out. Ooh, buddy.
Now, meanwhile, we got a smoke coming in. Chrysalis coming close to XM and XinQ. Ulti drop by Toby.
What do they have on the docket? XM gets caught and killed, shows the value of that Omni Slash, and now XinQ in further trouble. Tundra hitting hard, finding kills.
BZM wants to join the party here as an arcane rune, so he's okay with burning a little bit. Just to get up with his allies. This amplified damage rune annihilated that Pango, and now it is coming for your towers.
And jumps forward, Chrysalis.
Ooh, okay.
By the tier 4s.
Jeez, danger there for Xnova. That could have been a disaster.
And ready at a moment. They throw out the Splinter Blast. Do also have another Cold Embrace, so these towers are going to live a little bit longer. They also have Shiva's done now for the Beastmaster. Tier 3 tower down, jump in, finds one, Ame there, roar on the Shadow Demon. It's a good target to get. Do they have enough for the kill? No! Saksa lives through it.
Xnova bought back. He's coming.
So let's go in hunting, ethereal mode. A couple more hits is all they need. They got to take down that Shadow Demon. He's in further trouble with Chrysalis just walking away.
BCS on Xnova.
Going, but do they have enough damage? Needs a few more avatars. Yes! XinQ gets him.
And Xnova lives.
He might be able to do a bit. I mean, BZM is inside the base still while the rest of XG is cleaning up. Can they take down any more? Toby is going to fall, but the hold happens.
Oh, Xnova surviving long enough to get the curse off to delay BZM. Gives so much room for XG to go out there, and now the third Roche has spawned.
It was almost an instant spawn. And Jug is not here. Do they realize, though? Are they going to go and check? Oh, man, that was a huge moment.
You got summons. Surely you're going to go. Soxa did scout already. He also knows it's up. He threw a poison in there.
They have buyback. I kind of feel like you have to go for something here. But also, it was Tundra that got the last Roche. So they're not going to get a roar. And so I think they just get this in time.
I mean, Soxa sees it, but
they're on the other side of the map. They cannot get here in time.
No, there's no way.
Oh, third Roche going the way of XG.
That is an Aegis. That is a refresher, and that is some cheese to the team that mere seconds ago was losing a mid lane of racks. And it was only the range racks that went down.
Oh man, this is going to get a little spicy here in a second. I'm starting to feel it. It did cost a buyback from the Wyvern, but well worth it considering what they were able to get out of it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Shiva's now claimed for BZM, still an 11k gold lead, but signs of life for XG.
And you think about how that push started too, right? It was an amplified damage rune on a Jug who managed to get the ulti onto the Pango. You can't really be sure this stuff's going to happen again.
Oh yeah. 9k on that gold lead. And where are we going to go now as Tundra? Because again, they are really far ahead. The gold lead is into their favor. You're getting these big items, but they're playing now into an Aegis. I mean, I do feel like they've shown that they have what it takes to sort of team fight with XG in the late game. But do they want to try and just sort of delay out longer? Is there a point where they sort of run out of steam a bit here? Tough to know.
Yeah, these are the questions. But right now, you can see the confidence is back a little bit here as they move outside. There is a great Ob Sentry combo inside their base right now, so there is some good vision here for Tundra. Maybe they can take advantage of that to try and find themselves a good play, but for now, they don't really see a whole lot of what's going on. They're trying to just keep pushing in this bottom lane, using the creeps, but XXS is back to defend.
You could see there, too, a Ghost Scepter picked up for the Pango, understanding the danger in this game. Of course, with Soxa in it, you've also got the Demonic Purge that can come out, and then you're just done.
Yeah.
Oh, Ame decides to go for Satanic after the MKB.
Yeah, he's got himself double Dispel here, so very helpful. And we are going to have, it looks like, 2 Abyssals at some point here as well. Chrysalis, you know, not exactly sure what he's going to do. He's got a few items going on right now.
Yeah, the Swift Blink seems like it makes sense. A straight up refresher bot now on the Beastmaster.
And the Shard is sitting on the Pango as well.
24 on Beast. XXS has had a pretty standout game after a rough laning stage. And now a smoke up with 5. Tundra. Are they going to realize what's happening?
Speaking of which, it is the plus 50% Blade Dance lifesteal on that Jug, so
okay,
that could be very pivotal in these fights, but you know, that Shiva's certainly helpful.
Oh, and actually going for the Shard on Troll now too. Ame has that one coming out for himself.
True.
So the extra percentage chance to throw out ranged attacks at the same time. Nullifier for XM. It's going to be the next call, but as has been the case so far in this game, the big save is that guy, Soxa, and does not care about the Nullifier.
Well, he does have an Aeon Disc,
That's
so
true.
He might care a little bit.
He'll care about that. When he's saving other people, he doesn't care.
It's going to help. There was also a Force Staff just picked up by Toby too, so that's another issue for that. And Tormentor will be coming up here shortly. XG in a very good position for it.
Yeah, they're even calling out the Lotus pools. I think, are they trying to get enough for a block of cheese? Roar mid. Finds him. XXS wanting to blow up. Double roar. He did not like Toby, and that was 763 gold gained for that.
Okay, I mean, it helps out, right? Draws a lot of attention mid. Ame takes the top tower at the same time. He has a couple people smoking next to him right now.
Roar back up in 15 seconds because of that level 25.
Should Toby buy back here?
Soxa looks for a jump, immediately catching, trying to blow him up, but the cold embrace is there. Another way to save. That's BZM's BKB, and he's rooted. BZM able to get out. Oh, last second, able to get the stun from the Croaker.
Okay, Toby bought back for this. There's still Troll ulti. They have not gotten anything here.
A dangerous situation. 25 seconds until the Aegis is back up. How much do they have in the tank right now on Tundra to fight this?
I think they want to try and kite this, right? If you can get a disruption or something, try and like bait them into a bad fight right now if you can. And XG are backing away because they don't want that. They don't want to fight with no Aegis. There's no point.
Playing it safe. They get the double roar, they find themselves the kill, they walk down mid, they get a buyback as well.
And they're going to start pushing this wave. They're going to try and find something right now. There's a circle there from BZM. He encircles exactly where they are.
Look at XG, they're just running back to the base.
They're drawing the exact same line that Tundra are moving on right now. They're perfectly predicting this. Will this Swift Blink open something up for Chrysalis? Will he get lucky with a bash? What does he have?
Jumps in, zips, finds one, it's onto the Beastmaster. Is it going to be enough? He got the Lotus off, but it's on to Ame. He pops the ulti, trying to stay alive, but a huge crit blows up one. Ame turns back now onto the junk, trying to find that kill. Chrysalis, he's out of here! A huge kill, and now looking for more. That's 2 down.
He's trying to get XXS, but he's just running.
33 is in too far, and XXS is healing up through this. But wait, they're also kiting over to the other side. 2 fights going on simultaneously. Looks like XM is able to get away for a moment, and the Pango rolls ethereal mode, trying to survive. Kills off Saksa on nothing, and he gets the blink away.
He's got the barrier.
I can't believe XM did that, getting away with murder, and now XXS also finds himself the storm. The toss, no! He gets the BKB out. Tundra in shambles after that fight. I mean, they got torn apart.
They look the same, I'll tell you that, since the break. This is XG. They have not lost a step right now.
Oh.
Simply utilizing their opponent's net worth lead to gain more gold.
Yes.
It's genius.
And now they do not have a Warlock for this defense because of the buyback. I mean, also no Golem for 80, so even when he's back up, it doesn't really matter. This is going to be a full lane of racks for XG as they take this down. And, I mean, how much more do they want to go for? What's the call, XG? Still 18 seconds till Jug is back up. 33 is behind them. And Pango is not quite here yet. Oh, Ame's just going to leave his illusions there and slowly back away.
X-Nova is just calling for the retreat, drops some vision behind
33.
him.
Oh, I thought he was going to go in, but no. He is sending in his creep and finds XM. You can see Dota plus win probability still in favor of Tundra somehow. But it's starting to swing, I think.
I mean, if they eventually win a fight, it'll be great.
Yes.
Just so far, they consistently have not been able to do that. Yeah, Ame is picking up the lion's share of this gold, so just immediately buys himself bots too.
And buys out for it. So he will have buyback in, you know, a couple of creep camps, but if the fight happens before then, that could be a problem.
And they're still staying on the aggressive here, going in behind the creep wave, thinking, hey, if they come on out, but, I mean, they have Ops and Sentry in this area, so they're pretty sure it's empty. Hoping that someone's smoking through, they can catch them off guard, perhaps. As Saksa is lurking in behind, grabbing these waves right now, trying to delay things once more.
Do whatever they can to stop the push that they know might be coming back their way. And the other thing now, too, is that with bots 2 online, Ame has the buyback TP in play to potentially just end it if the fight looks good.
That is true. They have so much split push potential on Tundra, though. It's very annoying. Like, we got the multiple wolves now for the Lycan. He got the +2 at 25. So he's sending them out right now. He's got his Helm of the Overlord creep. He got a Storm Spirit who's zipping around. And have we gotten a good catch for this Storm yet?
Not really,
we don't have a Scythe, really.
The best thing that we've seen is Troll Roots. And Saksa tries to blink away, TP out. Do they find him? Oh, he's sneaky, sneaky Saksa.
Yeah, he was here for so long, too. X-Nova will find his ward, though. Figuring, okay, if this guy's been here for that long, he definitely dropped some vision. So, good eye on that one.
But again, you bring all those people over, what are Tundra doing? Shoving out all of those lanes. They've got one in, pushed very far on bottom. They do see Ame bottom alone.
XSS, Lotus is forced out here, but doesn't panic BKB.
Yeah, and Ame now TP's mid and realizes we're in the area.
I mean, it's when you look at a creep wave and you got 5 wolves on it from the shard, and you're just like, okay, this is a little crazy.
Chrysalis shows on the wave, so does Ame. Underneath some sentries,
XXS,
but no great
he's going in.
Now they find him. There it is, immediately popping away with that Aeon disc. Ame He's hitting onto these creeps, but off to the side, it's BZM that was able to blow up Xnova.
That's a buyback.
Roar now, connection. Do they have enough to bring down BZM? BZM zips away. Second roll now coming from XM.
We're still holding Omni Slash.
There's still a bunch of team fight that can come out here from Tundra, but they can't kill him. 33 gets fully rooted.
Just locked down, no way out. Bought back on Xnova to secure the Roche pit. They're still chasing though. They're not happy with just Roche.
Ready for a moment, toss away Crystals, but the Omni Slash waits for a target and gets it there. It's on to Ame. Is it enough for the finish though? No. Ame hits, now immediately away, and Satanic's back up. They even passed the cheese over to him. But they need to back out now on XG. They might be a bit too far forward. Even without 33, it's a dangerous time to stick around.
And they know too, right? There's no worries here. Go back, get another Aegis, cheese, refresher shard. And Tundra, what can you do?
The roar is there. They know it's going to be dropping quick. Tundra, we always knew that this could have been an option.
There's still a curse right now. There's no Omni Slash.
Think about a zip. BZM not going in yet. The roar is there. Finds him. Chrysalis disruption, saving his life. Roche falling low. Not dead yet. Waiting, jumping. BZM, no! They curse right at the end. Great play by Xnova, and that stops this battle in its tracks. Rooted. BZM manages to get the zip out, but gets caught by XM. And then able to zip away, but the damage has been done. XG, China is back, baby.
Great patience there from Xnova to hold out on that curse there, make sure there wasn't gonna be a zip in steal, because he definitely had the moment, but it was taken away by Xnova. And these buybacks have been very clutch from him, not diebacking after, and just helping to secure these objectives. And there's also an amplify damage rune here, it looks like, in the river too.
All of this being done by Xnova without a blink dagger. He's still got it queued up and soon will be ready for more jumps. But again, this constant question comes back up. Do you want to try and walk high ground, threaten high ground? Or maybe just kill him right when they come to mid lane?
Oh, that one hurts. I mean, this is the road to Scythe right now for BZM, and this is going to cost it for him. Like, this will be a buyback. Surely they're going to push right now. Dead Storm Spirit, 2 cheese, an Aegis, a refresher shard. They are coming high ground right now.
BZM, you got to do something to stop this.
They're calling for a wraparound. Crystals is trying to get an angle for an insane Omni Slash. He's decided this is the play for them right now.
You've got to do something. You need anything you can get. Fatal Bonds can also go crazy here if they can get the right opening, the right initiation. But after they get the entire racks, they just back out. Now underneath vision, Ame moves over, takes away the ward, and that stops it.
They don't want to go in, like, if they haven't bought back already.
Yeah.
You know, they're just going to sack the racks instead, knowing they have a tier 2 bottom. So they will hold that. They're going to give BZM his opportunity for perhaps another buyback after, just in case this push comes bottom lane for the Megas.
Very fortunate for Tundra that they had not lost that bottom tier 2 tower yet. You can see Dota Plus, in spite of the dominant position, they feel like it's still just 50-50. And to be honest, you win one fight with this Tundra lineup at this stage of the game, they could run down lanes. It's a possibility, but it's feeling harder and harder for it to function.
Can they kill Ame twice, though? I mean, once is hard enough. Oh, Vlad's as well. That's a GG Vlad's right there from XinQ.
Oh yeah, he knows.
Flying that out. He just wants a little last item, squeeze out every bit of juice he's got left. He's got no buyback anyway, so he wants to give his team an aura to go high ground.
You know, and we talked about it. Do you take the risk as XG to go high ground? You got double cheese, you got Aegis for 2 minutes. They're still not willing to. This is a patient team. They have waited years to get back into this situation to be playing at TI. They can wait another 10 minutes.
Also, more fantasy points.
True enough. Condolences to those that didn't lock in yet. But we are ready to keep that pressure on. And for Tundra, got to find some wraparound, some way to break the status quo.
This is the kind of game, too, that if you lose this as Tundra, like, it hurts. Because it feels like you've been controlling a lot of this game, right? You've always had the kill lead. A lot of the game, you've had the gold lead. And yet you just couldn't quite sync things up the way that you were hoping for with this lineup.
Well, and it was, you know, one specific moment of going for that Roche fight that really started the turn, and then it was like everything else after that also starting to fall apart bit by bit. A disruption onto Ame. XM immediately ready to cover his carry.
Yeah, I really foolishly believed this wasn't going to happen. I was like, this game won't go long. Nah, one way or another, I think it'll be a quick one.
You know, there's a lot of people that weren't quite sure also if, you know, this team was going to be able to maintain that level of play going into, you know, the international itself playing. But when the games go late, China somehow always seems to be able to pull out these amazing comebacks.
Yeah, I think for me watching XG and Tidebound, it has definitely looked like it's just this surplus of tools that they have as we get to this late game, because they're just so good at breaking down these team fights, and it's like they've already thought about all these different permutations and they have these ideas and these combos they want to use, and all of this together, there must be like some just very strong either just insight that they already have or communication of just how these fights can happen and all the different tools we have to make them go our own way, right?
So they hold on to this high ground there, Chrysalis. You know, this is the one downside too when you're playing Battle Fury heroes that don't have a helm also. It means you have to like show on a wave and then you might die. Otherwise, you can just send down creeps. It's fine.
It is crazy that we have heroes that buy Battle Fury and helm. I just want the fact that you had to point that out is insanity.
One of them got banned, you know? It was the
I know.
Go for my armor.
So still floating a lot of gold at this point. BZM opting, of course, like you talk about, for the Hex instead of something like an Aghanim Scepter.
XM is getting close here. That we're very, very concentrated down here.
A jump for a moment. Finds him. Now the Golem to try and turn it. 33 right on top as well. Do they have enough damage to take him down? Yes! BZM gone again, and the winner's curse and the wolf has been leashed.
Let me guess, rooted?
Rooted forever. Ame double kill. Takes them both down. Can they find more? The TP away looks, but not quite able to break that one. Roar gone. They take down another 3 clutch kills, and the buyback from BZM, it was not able to get back into this fight.
You know, I'm starting to think that this Troll Warlord hero might be a problem in the late game, because it would appear there's nothing you can do when you're just constantly being rooted and dying.
You're not wrong. It's kind of crazy how that functions.
Chrysalis, he's looking for a snipe. This is a dangerous play.
I mean, you got to do something, right? Oh, he didn't go for it. Wanted to save the Omni Slash. It was close to an explosion. But the Nullifier, oh, he can't get up to the high round. Toby is going to be caught and killed. And now the silence onto the Troll does not matter. Still manages to kill the Golem. They buy back on 33. XG wanting to close out this game here.
They're thinking about it.
Sans Aegis, they move in. Now the pull back. There's the buyback on all the heroes. Do they have anything else left in the tank? That's a dead Saksa. Chrysalis tries to back away, still has Omni Slash when he comes out of this. Ame still alive. Hitting onto towers. 33 ready to jump. Do they have anything else left in the tank? They find him. He's out of the game. XM, come back. No, that's the wrong way. XM somehow stuck out of the base. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they do. Ame now hits to the side, trying to find a root. Can't quite get it, but the roar is there. Immediately it's dispelled off the end of it, but it won't matter. Chrysalis still to die. BZM, the last one left alive. They buy back on Jug. He needs a little bit more time before he can get Omni Slash back up. 5 seconds, but in that time, your racks are gone. They have Megas.
You know, XM taking the theme a little bit too seriously, heading into outer space there, but it didn't matter because he got the very important leading stun on 3-3, which gave the roots over to Ame and secured the kill.
One last chance to dance for the Juggernaut. Can he get in there and make an Omni Slash happen to stop this push? It does not look like it as they step themselves forward. There's the connection. Immediately, he goes away. He dodges it completely. The stack gets him out. GG is called. XG, they win game number 1.
They were down, but they were not out. XG continuing to show this beautiful defense that they have in these games. They didn't have stacks early. They were falling behind on net worth, but they gave the space and the time to Ame. And once again, he comes through.
Tundra Esports turn to ban.
Fights against a hero like this.
So apparently click R win game.
Ring as well, because Sanking, he can still farm it. It got nerfed because of the distance between the camps, so he can't like fully farm, especially the outer ring in the top part of the map.
Is it?
Whoa. Whoa, okay.
A Clinks?
Clinks with Slada M, that is scary.
Okay, so last pick, Arme Clinks. Guys, we've got to talk about this hero because Fia was very adamant that we would never ever see this hero at TI.
This is like the highest DPS hero if he can actually sit there and just right click in the game.
Okay.
And you combine that with a Slada, he's going to shred them. But they do have answers, right, with the D-Crab.
So how does the Clinks play Lacoste? It's been so long since he's been seen in a competitive game, so long since he's ever entered the stage.
We see it from time to time, I think.
Yeah. Jungle, but I do feel like this game, I'm going to have to agree with Andrew here, where Tundra is going to, they're going to have the easier to execute draft this time, and I think we were probably going to see a game 3.
Lacoste, I feel like you have nothing more to say other than I concur.
Yeah, it's a lot of easy to execute team fights for them. The 1-2 combo with either Earthshaker going in, Snapfire with the ulti, or Sanking jumping in. So they'll always have some kill threat on the map, which is very easy for them to execute. I think Extreme Gaming, they like to really push the limits with the drafts that they do have.
100%.
But I think they're going to take this.
You gotta respect the draft.
Okay, you gotta respect it, right? You gotta respect it, especially if maybe at home you guys knew. Let's see though if Tundra's coach Moon knew that this Clinks was gonna be coming out.
I am indeed very curious about that. Moon Meander, coach of Tundra. I was wondering how you prep for a team like this. Extreme, they made their way through the road quick. Only played 10 games throughout that group stage. You, on the other hand, had to play quite a few more, so you don't have much data on these guys.
Yeah, we're just kind of guessing what they're going to play, I guess, and looks like their lineup's kind of impossible to guess.
Yeah, Clinks is not something that many people can predict. If there ever was a player to do it, it's probably Ame, but still, it seems like these 24th pick surprises are still alive and well.
Yeah, but I saw him play a pop on Clinks, and he lost, so maybe things are looking good for us.
I like the sample size of a 1. And my last question is, obviously, this whole situation has not been ideal for you, although it seems like things exciting may be happening. I was wondering how you integrated Toby into the lineup so quickly, because making it here to main stage is quite a feat with a stand-in.
We had like 1 hour to pick a stand-in. It was so last minute, and we decided to get Toby because we saw him own with Team Liquid.
And hopefully he's going to do some more ownage here. Good luck, Moon Meander, as we get into game number 2.
Thank you so much, Neil and Moon. And we are into the game already, underway. A lot going on here, Trent. Some crazy stuff. And the Bone Man almost got brought down, but we did get a first blood, too.
We did indeed. As Moon was taking the interview, you know, wondering how the game was going to go, his team grabbed a kill. So that is indeed a pretty good start.
And Ame goes down again, down bottom. He was already coming in a little bit low HP, and 33 combos together with Sox to secure the finish.
Yeah, softens him up a little bit there on the initial play. They grab it. 3-3 is still very low. So potential maybe if they can find something on him before he regens. But he's got 3 tangos and, well, it's a Warlock and a Clink. So they're going to be doing a whole lot of chilling in this lane, presumably, as Soxa has to throw the body on the line here to get that Sentry into camp just to block the 1-minute spawn.
Yeah, important stuff right there to make sure they can't equalize this lane equilibrium at all. And I mean, you know, we talked about it there. This is a hard team to figure out. Moon was saying that even when you think you have an idea of what they're going to draft, it doesn't end up working out fully. They've ended up picking this Clinks. He said he did see him in a pub, though.
Yes.
So that means somebody on his friends list was playing with Ame. An important thing to watch for is when you can see their picks out a little bit earlier, since that's somewhat been gone recently. It's made some crazy matches, and we'll see if this Clinks pick is another one that gets them where they need to be.
And most importantly, he lost.
Yes.
As Moon pointed out, so we'll see. I mean, this looks a little bit like last game in the sense that things started out very well for Tundra. In fact, for quite a long time. They were doing very well in the previous match. We'll see if they can perhaps get the finish. I think if we go back there, it's BZM, of course, melee hero versus Queen of Pain tends to have a pretty rough time.
My goodness.
You know, we're used to this. But if we go back to that first game, I think if they had...
You might still
May
be in
I
some
continue,
trouble.
BZM, or you good?
Yeah, it's good.
I think if they get that Roche's Tundra, I think they win that game.
Yeah.
That first Roche, I think that it gets so much harder for XG. So if they can manage to avoid a disastrous moment like that in this game, Tundra should have a better chance.
This is scary stuff right now. I'm able to get that deny on XM, but BZM still very, very low, playing against the 2 points in Dagger, Queen of Pain. And you can see that's going to the tune of 12 and 5 for XM.
And you can see he's not even trying to force this, right? Like, XM's low there. He's got a blink. He's thinking of some stuff there, but there's an enchant totem. There's creep waves. Like, why not just secure the runes and guarantee that he's just going to have to leave?
Yeah, they don't have to necessarily play as aggressively as they don't want to. Oh, Zinq, XXS. Battling out in the lane that we have not seen a ton of, and they can't get in range quickly enough to contest for that Lotus. And so a little bit of the disparity from last game, it is XG that instead is winning across all 3 of their lanes, and 2 of them in a pretty good fashion. That Klink's 13 and 6 right now versus the 10 and 3 for the Sand King. I do have a feeling Tundra are not going to stack 0 camps by like 15 minutes though.
Certainly not. Yeah, they are definitely going to be getting the stacks on for the Sand King. It is a necessity when you're playing it in the off lane. You know, we get these mid Sand Kings, they just work the camps nearby. It doesn't even have to stack it too much because you can just grab 2, farm it up, stack when you can. But for the off lane, you need those stacks if you want to propel into these important items that get your game going.
XXS.
In this case, a helm.
Right. Yeah, XXS.
I remember, the panel was like, I think they could use a helm hero. And oh, they're going to pick Sand King. That's not a helm hero. Aha.
Yeah. Well, also Slardar, the other one that is going for it. So
yeah,
every hero, helm hero, as we've come to expect. I'll also mention, between all of the heroes that XG has, insane amounts of physical damage coming out later.
Yes.
Obviously there's Ame, but you also have a Slardar, and then even if the Hoodwink, if you start to get some more items up on Zinq, and that's definitely a player that loves to farm.
He's warming up here on the Bushwhacks, as you can see. This looks like a really annoying lane for a Slardar, I gotta say. You like to be a bully, and obviously he's doing very well, but Chrysalis also still at 21 CS, and you're dealing with D-Crab potentially. He doesn't have a point in it yet. And also just the ability to shield and kind of turn that damage back on you. So he's not able to shut down his opponent as much as he'd like to, as we tend to think of Slardar as more of like this anti-carry, where like you're played into this lane to also slow down your opponent.
Have a short disconnect here. Saksa gets the pause going for himself, and I would imagine that pretty soon he's going to be making that move back into the jungle that we've come to expect from him, stacking up camps and making sure that they're off to a decent start. Likewise, you can see Zinq already heading back that way as he's very low on HP, and will just reach up a little bit as he goes.
He queued up like 8,000 observers, but now he's changed his mind here. Gonna go for a wand into some arcane boots, pretty standard stuff. Can they contest these stacks, though? Probably not this game, eh? For XG?
I mean, yeah, it seems a little bit... I feel like you can contest. I don't think you can take. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. You could definitely target him for sure. Like, you get an obs in there. You see when he's going for these stacks. You can definitely come in, throw out a Sonic Wave, and maybe grab a cheeky kill.
3 points up in Dagger as we get back into the game. Zinq is going to stack that camp up and head back. Oh, come on. Look, they don't even know how to do it. They're like, this is not our meta. We're just off fighting instead.
Man, usually, sometimes the 3 points Dagger is a scary thing because it really hurts your rotations in a lot of games because you don't have earlier access to burst damage from the Scream of Pain. But versus a Shaker mid, this is hurting. Like, BZM is just constantly off the wave. He is a fisher for CS. It is not feeling great. He is the lowest of the cores in terms of last hits. And he doesn't really have an ability to jungle yet. So we're talking about these stacks for the Sand King. We're going to need him for BZM.
Oh, and they glyph. They bring him low. The cookie to try and get away, but he is going to die to XM.
He knew he was dead.
Yeah.
I think the second he got hit by the Shadow Word, he just started going in knowing he was going down.
So they managed to find the kill on the Shaker right before the 6-minute mark, too. So this could also be a clutch.
Look at Xnova and Soxa, though. They're battling right now. Xnova comes in. He does not try and body block, but all right. I thought he was going to try and stop that spawn from happening. Was too worried about potentially dying there versus Soxa, so he lets it go.
And XM is the one that is going to be benefiting from that, picking up a shield rune now. So yeah, I'm not sure what you do at this point as the Shaker, because everything feels bad.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not great. He looks more like that position 4 Shaker right now or something, but he does have a stack here. So he can start working on that a little bit. But yeah, it's not great. Sox is going to hold the wave. There's an OBS in behind the tier 1 tower planted by XinQ that's going to allow all these opportunities for ganks. It's a very scary place to try and play versus 3-point stagger and a potential Sonic Wave.
And this type of bullying behavior is what you want to see if you're an XG fan. On the other side, for Tundra, take away their abilities to bully you back. 33's got to get off to a decent start with this Helm, and is trying to finish that one off and maybe try and push this Clinks out of the base. At the very least, Clinks can't eat your creep anymore.
I know, right? Like, this hero will be crazy if you could eat Helm creeps. Unfortunately, not a thing since they've become creep heroes, and partially why we're seeing them everywhere.
And so while the CS starts to stack up, it's really 2 that stand a little bit above right now in the Clinks and the Quap, with Sand King and Abba still having a good time. And as we get to that 7-minute mark, did get the Shrine for each. And Toby trying to actually step forward and stop any extra passive pressure from the creeps heading his way. Oh man, dude.
Again, Xnova just walking in here trying to disrupt these stacks because they know, right?
Yeah.
Like, all the Shaker wants to do is get this big stack going so he can come in and dunk on this. And he's going to interrupt at least one of them. It was close. Hamels managed to get it still. But actually, the Ancients get messed up too. So neither camp stacks.
Really well played by Xnova, and Toby caught underneath. The bushwhack is there, and Sonic Wave for the finish.
All right, meanwhile, Ame's walking into a sentry here, and he just eats the creep.
And he's going to take some of them away. I mean, if Xnova dies here, it's not the end of the world. If XM does, that's very bad. And so they're going to back away, giving a little bit of space now for BZM in the mid lane.
He has nothing. There is no piggy bank, you know? You thought your parents left you an education fund, but they spent it all on your brother. He's got nothing left. Like, what is there here, you know? And 3-3 came over, took one of the creeps with his Helm. Ame came and ate the other, you know? It's just, he's truly a Zoomer. The previous generations are just taking it all.
BZM trying to find anything for himself here. Does have, at the very least, level 6.
And you can see that camp blocked in the back.
God, they're just making his life miserable.
They're bringing him the Helm creeps. 3-3 is bringing him a creep wave. This is where we're at. Yeah. He walked a creep wave to BZM in the jungle.
Toby, underneath his own ward, is trying to back away, and yeah, they did bring over a creep wave to make sure that they could get a little bit of extra farm towards BZM. Now, a kill here onto the Hoodwink with the Helm creep helping might actually be decent for him, but instead, I kind of wonder if he's going to end up in further trouble. They dropped the golem on him!
Uh-oh.
Have some mercy! Poor BZM. Will he be able to get out of there? A Photic shield, XM still on the chase. He's bottling up and finally getting a little bit of help.
Again, though, this is constant. The pressure on the other side of the map, Ame always takes advantage. He's very good at this. Gets a lot of pressure onto this tower. But once again, it is Ame at the top of the board at the 10-minute mark. He has all the space in the world down bottom. This is a consistent theme that we are getting from XG.
Well, surrounded now. XM playing in mid with Soxa nearby, and though they did not get the kill with the golem, they are going to get the tower with it.
Yeah, that ward lasting the entire time as well. So much value, giving them this capability to take this. I gotta say, the tower lasted longer than I expected. Oh no, not again. Not his little piggy bank.
Jumps in, finds it. BZM might need to get denied, and it's not enough. No! Soxa not able to take down his buddy, and in fact, could be in further trouble. XinQ doesn't get any bounces out though. And yeah, there's still...
I think he got a glance. 17 damage. That attempted deny on the so I think the innate screwed him there.
Oh, the innate got him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very frustrating. Or the, yeah.
Good old snap.
Well, we said that we thought they could contest. We weren't sure if they could steal them. They're making an attempt at it right now. BZM still has Echo at the ready.
Oh, you don't want to share this XP though.
Yeah, that's true too.
Even to your allies, like, guys, can you guys leave? But he just has to go for it. He needs the protection.
A wise decision, and trying to get some more gold into BZM here.
Lyrical, he is 2,000 gold behind the next nearest core.
Yeah, it's been an impossibility. And this was a first pick XM here too on the Queen of Pain. They weren't able to draft things to help move over and shut him down more. It was just a complete answer the whole way through.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a different hero to lead the charge here. Now, we've talked a lot about Ame farming up here. Crystal is not doing too bad. He is behind, but he is going to try and rush into that Radiance as XM continues to exert this pressure mid lane. Tower here or gone or not, he's sticking around. He's decided this is the part of the map he wants to play to open up the room on the side lanes.
It's interesting too, right? Because people often talk about Quap not being able to rotate effectively with 3 points and dagger, but instead he says, fine, you guys rotate to me and we'll take that tower and then make everything else feel bad for Tundra. Yeah, they're at 4K gold leave at 12 minutes.
Yeah, when it's such a specific hero that you can target with a dagger like the Shaker and just make his life so miserable, it is very, very worth it. And amping up that physical damage that you can see will be a concern throughout this game will be that Deso.
Yes.
So, Slardar, Deso on a Clinks, it's going to be a lot.
It's Blade Mail for XM. The choice for this one. Toby back in base, thinking about where can I go? What's the play next for him? At the very least, BZM has another tower to play behind, so harder to dive and kill the Shaker, but not impossible, as XXS takes the top one. And queuing up a pipe. I don't think I've ever seen a build like this out of Slardar before, but it is awesome.
BZM's tilted. He just body blocked his own camp. I mean, he's having a hard time, dude. It's not good. Like walking through your own camp spot in this situation. Meanwhile, the enemy carry is picking up 3 bounty runes. That just shows what, like, they create this just wilderness zone that no one wants to go into except Ame. It's like a private resort. Just for him, the bottom lane every game.
Ame's area, that's what they'll call it. They need to find a kill on him though, because he's gonna start taking off like crazy. And instead they have to deal with this. XM runs in and you have to keep Toby nearby because otherwise BZM's just dead. They're gonna try and make something happen bottom now against the Clinks. Do they have enough for a kill? He summons, he's trying to stay alive, not enough.
That was kind of terrifying how long it took, but he does go down. Will there be revenge?
An attempt at one at the very least. Burrow strike to back away and it looks like it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So a nice play by Tundra, managing to take down Ame. Still 5K behind, but some signs of life.
Yeah, good positioning there from 3-3 to evade any sort of a bushwhack play there by using his burrow strike when he did. And Xinkyu knew it too. Didn't have an option to get him.
The other side, you've got Chrysalis here who's been relatively quiet but working on a Radiance. And BZM finally has that Blink Dagger done.
At level 8.
Yeah.
That's the downside, right? Like,
you're not wrong.
Unfortunately, you just don't have a whole lot to offer at this point. Like, he's the same level as Soxa. There we go.
I mean, he's going to have to make back up that deficit by virtue of finding kills and finding good fights.
Oh, or another big set of stacks here. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, awkward moment here. 2 cores. It's like, okay.
Well, they're going to stack again, but yeah, I feel like injecting this into the BZM would be a really big win. And 33, never mind, would be a really big win for 33 too to get all this gold. You got your blink already.
Yeah, listen, one of us is having a game here, okay? Just let me take care of this.
Still just 2 stacked on the side of XG. I mean, the other thing to keep in mind, right, is that while we did see Clink stay alive for a while there, if 33 was there, a lot of like his survivability came by casting spells, and there's a decent chance they can just stun lock him.
That's true. Yep. It can happen if we can catch back up here. It makes me think of the FE voice line. You know, I'm farming lane because I'm a winner.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's XG right now.
Got it.
Now stacks, you know, I don't care stacks, right? They're just camping all 3 lanes, farming up like crazy. So all of their last hits are mega value.
Going in now. Chrysalis forced to pop ulti, and the TPs come in. Are they going to go for more? Soxa nearby, thinking about it, hunting to the side. Toby decrypts himself. That is the Radiance, assembled by Chrysalis.
Will he be the Avenger? That is the question with said Radiance.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's a tough one. They force a lot of rotations and then back out.
XM mid lane, Arcane, amplified damage rune.
Yeah, good blink away there by BZM before things went south. And maybe 33, if you waited a second.
XXS confused as to what hero he's playing, picks up the pipe. So his Helm Pipe Slardar ready to take over this game. It's great itemization in this match. It's really, he is just playing for his ult to help with the damage and then just control.
First time this tournament, it makes sense, and it's the perfect item. The question is, if you start losing out at this point, if you lose a fight or two because of some chaos happening, how well is this hero going to be scaling? I mean, you've still got the Helm.
They're very good at forcing towers right now, but if they were like, let's say, trying to hunt for a 5v5 fight, they don't really have very good tools for it right now, right?
No.
It would be like bushwhack or just a golem drop, whereas we have blink sand
control. Kisses done. XM is out of there. That is exactly what they needed. And now 33 trying to find X Nova, who is pretty quick in the river. But with Blink Dagger back up in 8, Burrow Strikes, trying to stay on target. Bushwhack stops it. BZM Fissure, they miss off to the side. Oh, he's getting out! 33, he doesn't have anything for him. And so they do manage to TP out with X Nova, but the kill on XM.
Yep. Very, very important. And I mean, it comes back to what we were just literally just talking about as it happened. They have great ways to start fights as Tundra, right? We have the blink on the Sand King, we have the blink on the Shaker. We're gonna have these cookie plays, and then you can defend your towers with your kisses. It is risky to push into it, which is what they're trying to do with the pipe, but immediately losing your Queen of Pain like that kind of makes you look at your pipe and be like, oh, well, that wasn't great.
Ame runs into BZM, spots him, and oh, that is not feeling good for Tundra.
Yeah, you heard this brought up on the panel, but Klinks, although we don't see him very often, it is one of the heroes that just has the most insane amount of burst damage if he's allowed to just swing. And when you think about how XG has played this whole tournament, the best thing that they do is enable Ame. So giving him the full-on glass cannon of Klinks seems like a pretty solid strategy from them.
This gold lead staying steady, though. That's something that has also been a constant at this tournament, that even when teams are behind, they have found ways to keep farming, to stay relevant in the game, and to extend the duration. And, well, now these types of kills start to hurt a whole heck of a lot. Ame goes down again.
Ooh, a rare mistake there from Ame, pushing out a little bit too much, maybe an incorrect read as to where they are moving on the map. He tends to play just like so defensively.
I mean, Ame is 3 of their deaths in this game.
That's 75%, Lyrical.
I thought it's half.
Yes, you're right. I was looking at the wrong column. Yeah. I thought I really nailed my math for a second there.
That's, I mean, when you think
it's tough out here, you know.
I hear ya. When I think back to the beginning of this tournament and, you know, the way that Ame had started it, it really feels like so many of the games of XG have been in response to those early days and how well he did, where people like are explicitly going out and saying, I'm here just to kill Ame.
that has only grown now. Yeah,
yes.
That's right. after the Road to the International. All right, some obs down here spawning some of this movement by Tundra. They scan, saying, hey, I think they're going to do a 20-minute Tormentor, guys. Just this feeling I have.
The creep is in. XXS, no Blink Dagger.
Ame's coming.
No, he did have it. He got it back up in time. Now Sonic Wave. Chrysalis low, but not dead yet. He's broken, forced to pop the ultimate. And now kisses from Soxa. Do they have enough damage? Ame spots him, immediately blows up.
Oh wait, no!
Fire. No, he gets a cookie up, and then a Burrow Strike through. 33 says no, but big hit down from X Nova. Can they take down this Sand King? Fissure immediately brooks off the Burrow.
They need XM.
And now XM low, dead.
Oh,
XXS,
baby.
All the X pieces are falling. There's nowhere left to go as Slardar 2 is going to die. What a beautiful setup from Tundra.
Oh, that's exactly how they need these fights to go for Tundra, right? Like, that ulti looked very dangerous for Chrysalis. He was forced to pop it because of the break. He was a little bit nervous there, so he just goes for it. They completely stop hitting him. He gets almost no heals off the ulti. And then you're worried about the re-goose from XG. But just that little bit of survival on Saksa to get the cookie stun onto Ame gives them that kill. And then a delayed fight, the burn of the Radiance going the entire time, and BCM finally getting his revenge after that mid lane.
So we take a look at this, the full breakdown of the view. I mean, again, at the beginning, you see Tundra, not as much HP, not as tanky. They don't have the pipe.
They kite the ABBA ulti. And then this play.
Oh. How did he not die? The Decrep coming in saved his life before he got burned.
And there, looked pretty dangerous with that ulti. You see this chase down sliders coming in, but the Fisher block even to help protect 3-3. I mean, that's beautiful stuff right there.
What a sick play. And in the end, it is Tundra that reigns supreme and able to survive through all of this. And some of it being that ABBA just making the difference there.
Yeah, and that's going to help him a lot. I mean, that is a fully finished Manta now for Chrysalis as he takes the top slot here over Ame in terms of gold. Now eyes will start to move to the Roche pit. Likely the next goal you're hoping for on these teams. Particularly XG, of course.
Yes.
They can just do it instantly. If they ever get the moment.
That's the thing that I think is going to be tough for Tundra, is keeping an eye on that Roche pit while making sure that, you know, Ame doesn't have a few seconds just to get away and start taking it.
Yeah.
And he's working on a BKB, 2 components of it. He shows over there to the side, and immediately look at all of Tundra running towards Ame.
I mean, he has his own obs, right? He feels a little bit safe here. Now there's a scan. They know they're coming through.
They see him. He's in trouble. Ame again. A 5th death.
Yeah, but he gets that last hit. So, 50 gold going back his way. I mean, someone on the Radiant team was like, bro, they're coming. They scan next to him. It turns red, and he's like, well, I'm still just dead, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
He's trying to make a little bit more space here in this game, and he's getting punished for it.
I mean, again, when you've got the Slardar that goes first 2 items, helm, pipe, it sort of puts a target on everybody else's back in a way.
BZM and Saksa. Yeah.
Still taking a while to take down Saksa, but they do eventually get the Snapfire.
But there's that situation where they don't have Ame up, so they can't just move in towards the Roche pit or something, even though they get a kill kind of nearby. They got to just wait for him. Come back in this game, and look over towards BZM. He's thinking about finishing up a Yashikaya here, just for some general, you know, mobility, gameplay, spellcasting, all those nice things for a Shaker. But he's not going to have a BKB anytime soon.
No.
I mean, he's got problems, right? You think about a BKB with Shaker, you think, oh, nice, like good mobility in the team fights, lets you get off your spells. But then you look at this, you're like, oh, there's a Slardar. There's the damage from the Clinks. You know, there's Warlock ulti. There's a lot of issues with BKB.
Yeah, there's massive physical damage in this game coming from the side of XG. And I will also say, sort of like, when you've got so much burst on XG, and you've got like the ABBA on the other side, Chrysalis could be that like sort of key central bit to this fight that can make things work. Because I think that they were hoping to blow up the ABBA in the duration of a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really happened. He's been able to get his ultis off twice when he's broken.
And the other issue is that your Slardar just needs like every item in the game. Because he went for this Helm Pipe, he still needs Blink. He still needs BKB, and they desperately need a Nullifier.
He does have Blink now, but yeah.
Yes, yeah, you know, but I just mean like all of these items combined.
Right, afterwards. It takes longer to come online as Xingqiu dies to 33. A lot of pick-off.
And you don't have full confidence in these engagements until you have a Nullifier on your team.
Yeah.
Right, because they're building Ghost Scepters and they have a Pugna.
Are scanning.
Chrysalis, Ame, ships in the night, passing by, BKB done. And that should stop. I mean, he could still get chain stunned. Like, that's the problem.
Yep.
Gonna go for the Nullifier next. As Roche heads up to the north. Not as much vision around that area for a potential fight.
Oh, it's a very small lead right now.
Are scanning.
It's mostly just the idea of like Roche is what it comes down to, is they kill a creep down bottom while scanning the Roche pit.
Right, they're ganking creeps. They're ganking Helm creeps.
That is but the reality we live in, Lyrical.
That's right.
That's where we're at right now.
Sand King does have Aghanim Scepter.
That's a lot of damage.
And Tier 1 tower is still alive for XG. Also, Aghanim Scepter done on Quap a little while ago.
A haste rune here. They're going to give it to Chrysalis, and he's running in.
They want to take down this tower before a Roche fight comes in, so it's harder to reinforce.
3-3. He's winding up. He's thinking about it just in case.
A nice play right there. But now you know what's happening. And 33, does he catch sight of anybody? They're ready to jump at a moment's notice. XM is there.
They want this.
He's thinking about it. He's going in. 33, Blink, Burrow. How much they have? The crutch interrupts, but there's the golem down too, and XM, he gets out. Broken, brought down low. 33 in trouble now. Great play by XXS to interrupt the jump, as XG planned that out perfectly and dodged from the damage.
Wait, there's no BKB here.
Never mind, they're in trouble now, and now XXS is the one running into kisses. Do they have enough damage to blow him up? Hits from low, the control is there, but XXS, he actually gets out.
They didn't dunk. BZM saved it.
They didn't decide to go in, and now XM, oh, they're all fatal bound together. They're taking so much damage on the side of Tundra, starting to die. Chrysalis needs to get out, but there's nowhere to go. Another 4 down.
Once again, it's just the first Roche. It's all these ideas around the first Roche that spell disaster for Tundra. It's just like game 1. If they were able to secure it, they have a nice path that you can see the vision and where to go. And this time, they try and go a little aggressive, right? It all starts with this attempted epicenter under the tier 2 tower. And then back to here too when they try and get this kill. So this is no BKB slider. It's already been used. The kisses are coming down. BZM blinks in right here, but he doesn't want to echo. He says, you know, he doesn't think it's going to be enough. And instead, now they get no opportunity for it. And then you just get XS coming back in here with that pow, easy crush.
And as soon as those, you know, fatal bonds are out, it just shuts down any chance of a reinitiation from BZM at that point too. There's just nothing else that you can do right there.
Yeah, and now that's going to be Ame here. Has his BKB, has an Aegis, and is 500 gold away from a nullifier.
Well, we have one big fight that goes the way of Tundra, another now going the way of XG. Still not a meaningful like separation between these two squads that's like an item difference. You know, you're sitting 3,000 gold on Ame. They're basically equal. So I feel like there's got to be some more type of a battle coming from Tundra. They're probably going to wait for their next timing too, though.
Yeah, we're going to get back to dodging here. Not the best lineup necessarily on Tundra for just like pulling waves and playing super safe. You do have the full bore on the snap, which is nice. So blasting away and cooking. Pretty solid hero with your shard too to clear the waves. Shaker, probably one of the best heroes in the entire game at this with the shard and the fishers. You can keep things down. But, you know, we have jump. We have this spooky, scary skeleton guy. So it's not a super simple proposition to be pushing these out as Tundra.
A bunch of the whispers of the dread coming out. Everybody looking for spell amp and ways to burst. And it feels like those spells to save are going to be at a premium in this one.
Yeah, well, at least it doesn't reduce your nighttime vision. So
true.
They're safe for now.
30-minute mark. Saksa not going to get caught. XXS blinks right on top of where he was. And likely going to be looking for another chance at the Tormentor here in a moment. Another amp damage for XG. Toby making the big run in, and, well, he gets punished for that one.
It was a bold move.
Yeah, a little bit.
Under attack.
Boots of Travel finished for BZM, so wants to be able to capitalize on any opportunity they can find on these side lanes as Ame, oh!
Nullifier out. No chance. Yeah, that is an interesting one too. Just saw that on Hoodwink finished off the Mage Slayer. So pretty annoying to deal with for Sand King.
Sand King, even just like everyone,
Yeah.
really, it's truly everyone. So we're going to be watching those bounces on the Acorn. Not many heroes, of course, that can hit multiple with the Mage Slayer, but Hoodwink is one of them, so you get this debuff on multiple people. Feels great, but it does only last for 3 seconds now. It's not as crazy as it used to be.
Ame under a ward. But with the rest of the team coming in behind, he is going to show for a moment and then actually take down that tower. This is Clinks. This is the problem. Look at how quickly that fell.
Yep. It is very, very fearful.
I'm gonna need to make use of the mass magic damage that you have on the side of Tundra and hope that's enough to burst him. Obviously, they're gonna need to do it twice right now with the Aegis. 1 minute and 30 left on that one as XG head up to the north and get themselves ready for a Tormentor.
What? Where?
Yeah.
Immediately gone. Here's the shard goes to X-Nova.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower
Tundra just
is under
continue to
attack.
dodge as much as they can right now. I mean, attempted nullifier for 3-3 could be something. The Bloodthorn for Chrysalis is probably their best chance to at least get a full chain stun kill and just kill as fast as possible.
Man, it really is something else, Ame. Like, he has died the most in this game and is the top net worth on Clinks. Like, he's died more than the person that's died the most at the tournament so far in this game. And he's still just making it happen. Daedalus close to being completed. And a 9,000 gold lead as XG ready to battle.
Yeah, look at this. They scan the high ground. They just want to run in, take over this area.
Counterplay coming from Tundra sometime soon. They're almost at a nullifier for 33. Meanwhile, Bloodthorn is going to be the call for Abba. Still a little ways away from that one being done. But Chrysalis, not sure if they recognize where he's over here or not, but it's going to blink out. And a tier 2 tower taken now bottom as well. 33 under the ward.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I guess they can just feel safe now, spreading out, farming away because they see that 33 is there. They know that there's no chance that he's setting up to kill anybody else. He's just trying to finish off his item.
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to wait it out. It would be nice if Tundra was able to get some better vision out with a gem, but it's just so risky. Ideally, you manage to kill this Warlock, you know, maybe steal it from X-Nova. That'd be a great target for them to grab on these pickoffs, but he's obviously playing very far back and quite safe.
All right, a couple of items done. And the team grouping together down on the bottom side of the map, around the Bloodthorn, around the Nullifier, and an opportunity here. They find him. Xing Q, caught, out a bit too far, and brought down.
Yeah, Chrysalis has been very cautious to ensure that he's always bringing dust. He's got another one flying out right away. Does not want to let these kills go by.
And you can see, though they are down 9K, Tundra is still very capable of pushing. It's not quite as quick as the Clinks.
Pretty fast, though. Pretty good.
They get it done.
Yeah. As we get an Aghanim's Scepter picked up for XXS. I was a little surprised by this. I thought maybe stacking Nullifiers might be the way to go here. But instead, obviously it's a very, very good item on Slardar. Just helps you out so much whenever you're in your puddles or trail or river. Just gives you so many bonuses. It is pretty ridiculous. Just going to try and ensure that he doesn't get chain stun down. He's always got opportunities to go for his hits, get off his items as they hop onto Chrysalis here with the BKB from Ame even.
Use that. Yeah, a big commitment.
Is that a fat finger?
Up a little bit north too. They find 33, throws out the sharpshooter, nothing there. But with no BKB on Ame, I feel like this could be a go.
Yeah, that is a big opening right now. I think for sure BZM is hunting. He's leading the way. He's angry. Hasn't had the funnest game.
And they're hunting down bottom. Okay, no, but Ame's backing out.
Good choice.
Yeah, realizing that would go south very quickly.
Unfortunately, it's hard to go on this hunt without a gem. You know?
True.
Very scary. You don't want to be walking through these wards and potentially through the clinks, not knowing where he's at.
Well, 12-14. And while the smoke does not connect onto anybody for Tundra, they do get another chance to push out their waves. XXS is showing it mid. Ame still has no BKB for another 40 seconds if something were to pop off.
So if the Roche were to spawn instantly in 7 seconds, it would be extremely good for Tundra.
I don't even know about that necessarily.
Soxa is getting really aggressive. He goes, that's a greedy ward, my man.
Able to take
he will take down the sentry, but obviously
another one.
He tries to get the deny. Wait, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did get it. Nicely played. It is not an instant Roche. It is a max Roche by the looks of that clock, I would say.
Wow. Okay.
It is like 3 full minutes, man.
All right, we're chilling here. Now, the flip side of that, too, is that I feel like there's still a potential that you could get into a big fight. It does also mean that Roche is probably going to be moving down bottom by the time something else is happening. No TA in this game, so neither team is fully aware of what time it's going to respawn at.
That's true.
But the wave shove is going to happen. And even though it's that 7K gold lead, the win probability is still very even between these two squads.
I feel like the gem advantage is just so good in this situation.
Yeah.
Like just moving across the map right now, they put it on XM, so we can just move across there as, yeah, Dota Plus refusing to give up on Tundra today.
Favored him last time, too. Next tier of neutrals out. Getting some Pyrrhic cloaks. That's actually kind of sick against Clinks.
Yes, it can turn south very, very quickly.
Interesting. He does have like decent armor on Clinks.
Oh, the Radiant scan. Oh, look at this. Okay, so 3-3 has the Helm creep in the Roche pit, which registers as a hero. So then XXS has to send his creep in, which means now if they scan the pit, you know.
Yeah, they're going to be aware. Okay, good
now,
to know.
Keep in mind, you know how they changed the vision around Roche?
Yeah.
Right now, XXS doesn't actually see 3-3's creep. So he's actually still in one of those spots. So he's got a very sneaky creep placement where that creep can actually see inside the Roche pit, but when you're inside the Roche pit, you don't see that creep.
Could be very important how this plays out.
Is under attack.
XM.
The rune spot.
Oh, that is... Oh, jeez.
All right, there's a call from Xnova. He wants to wrap around.
Again, they don't know yet. Roche not up. It's going to be up very shortly. That is a Lotus now done again for XXS this game.
Yeah, no more Helm shenanigans. He's fully sold it? I guess.
I think so.
I thought maybe just backpacking it, but no, he's just done. He wants his Lotus. He wants to play. He's done microwing. Just wants to work on his own hero, you know?
Now, when I think of XXS, I think of like Mars, Magnus. He's not a micro guy.
Here comes the Croaker.
So second Roche up, wrapping behind.
They see the creep moving. They know someone was here. All right, now there's really good heroes to get first and really, really bad ones like Abba, right? Unless they can fold a 0 up. Can they do it?
Can they blow him up in time? Looking for it. He's broken, but he gets the ulti off. And that stops it.
That's a free reset, but that's 65 seconds of no ulti. So that does take away one of the good conditions of an engagement for Tundra, which is they go on Abba first.
And it basically costs them nothing.
Yeah.
It's the other issue.
I mean, pipe, I guess, you know?
That's true.
Croaker coming in. Congregating. Tendril of the Deeping even.
And they're just going to start taking it. 33 sees this, though. His creep is gone. Xnova, Glimmer, walks away. BZM throws out the fissure.
Zincu's just coming up. Hello?
A chance.
Little poke.
Ended up hitting him for a moment. XM also jumps, but not able to connect as 33 did.
All right,
back
there's only
away.
10 seconds here. Roche is going to migrate.
Yeah, and now he's going to get fissure blocked.
Oh,
I'm not sure what's going to happen. XM is right there to the side. 33 gets caught, but BKB! The reaction from XM!
Wait, he's alive!
He's staying alive! Able to get it off the Lotus. He keeping him back and low, but dead afterwards. XXS puts the kibosh on that, and Chrysalis, now in more of a world of hurt, is going to start to fall. Ethereal form for a bit longer, but in the end, it is going to be a dead ABBA, and hunting down Toby, hides off to the side. Ethereal form, no way to break it.
Do you know what's crazy is that he didn't have ulti as that sharpshooter was coming in. His ally died and gave him ulti from his facet.
Ame moves back, but no. Comes in, shuts down the captain, 33 to fall, and XG ready to run away with this game number 2.
Just, I mean, everything going their way. What more is it, you know? They jump in there. At first you think like, oh, there's a heal. You know, maybe they can turn it with the shaker, but they just never find these opportunities. And just instant roshing. Zero chance of contest here. And yeah, this is where it starts, right? Like on to BZM. What is the heal here? Did someone pass him a Lotus or something?
Yeah, it must have been. Regardless, you could see also the just swing that came in as soon as 33 burrow striked, and then the reaction of the BKB from Quap shut that stuff down completely. And I mean, now that you lose this fight like this, you get the Aegis ready to start going high ground. I mean, there's got to be some answers to it, but you don't have buyback. You don't want to buy back on Sand King.
Their spirit is broken like their base. I mean, that wasn't even a fight. It was just simply a massacre. The comms are quiet right now, you know?
And another tier 3 tower going to be hit.
They're TPing in with BZM. They're going to try something.
Does he have the range? The creeps are starting to walk forward, but Ame just backs away. Now the jump finds Chrysalis. BZM waiting for his moment, waiting. There's a fissure block. XXS is stuck.
He wants Ame, but he's just not coming in.
And the cookie, but there's the BKB reaction.
Look, Ame's just running.
A chance? Sonic Wave 33 can't chase now. No Blink Dagger available. XM, he's fine too, gets the blink out, and after just destroying that base, are gonna freely walk away. Full 2 sets of racks.
And they've still got it all, right? They're just walking out with this Aegis and only a single lane now to try and keep alive for Tundra. Their last hopes here in the upper bracket.
XG. If there were any questions about if this team was for real going into the main event, they have been answered at this point. They have looked so good. And now an Aghanim Scepter done for the Clinks. They're doing it with the weird heroes. You love it.
It's so much damage, man. A burning army comes out. It already is a lot of damage, but now that's safe damage the way he's been playing, right? He can just chuck this out.
Does also get increased hits to kill the skeleton archers when you pick up that Aghanim Scepter. So big range, drop it down, say come and fight us in this, which is even harder to do now because they're going to be breaking Blink Daggers of Sand King and Earthshaker.
Yeah, who've already struggled, of course, to try and find these plays in. But you know, he doesn't have buyback.
That's true.
So kill him twice, you won't have to kill him a third time. At least there's that.
Tundra, how many more tricks they have up their sleeves? Ame is there, channels ton of damage onto the ABBA, and then he's forced to back away. Yeah, I'm not sure what the right answer is at this point for them. They're down so much gold, and it feels like the fights have just not gone their way at all. And look at this. XM just blinks right into the middle of everybody here. They find Toby, and he is going to end up dying for his troubles.
And look at this. XM scouts the amplified damage rune too.
And there, Soxa dying. Woo, buddy.
All right, I've now seen an Outworld staff actually save someone.
It almost worked last game there. Oh, he went all in. He bought a refresher on Shaker. This is going to be a reveal. They jump in. Burrow Strike. Do they have enough control? Wanting to kill Ame. He's not dead. He's not going down. Ame Clink survives through it. He held on to his BKB that entire time. And now BZM is going to be the one that's caught instead. Still everybody from Tundra alive. Unfortunately, their base not so lucky.
No, that's mega creeps. And can you even want to go into this mess?
I mean, you've got to do something. You've got to find a way to punish, but the damage is just not there, and BZM so low. XXS jumps forward. There's the epicenter. It's hitting onto nobody. They do burrow strike, though, and now it starts to click away slightly, but the damage is too much. Ame, he stands tall despite the early deaths, taking out hero after hero. Another burrow strike used, but look at the clicks. The skeleton man is doing way too much damage as they find a triple kill, looking for 4. Can they get it? Ame instead gets the nullifier out. There's another combination. Damage maybe? No, they're not gonna kill him. Ame is too damn strong. They take down 2 without buyback. GG is called. XG, they came to play.
The streak will continue for XG, undefeated in series on the road to the International, and they're going to keep that up here as they take our first series on the main stage to stay in the upper bracket.
Continuing on through the upper bracket, and for a team that had looked so good and felt like they were, on the verge of making things happen, even with the stand-in, it's just one of those things that couldn't come together in the end. So impressive, this XG team, because you think about that game number 1 again, and how things could have gone different. If not for that